Okay, hello, hi there. I'm actually going to be filming a video. I can't believe it either, but I'm here. Anyways, since February of last year, I started bowling Tough Shots tournaments, and since then, I've made it out to 4 of them, and this is the only one I've actually gotten around to editing. So, I don't have a very good track record of uploading stuff as it's actually happening. But let's ignore that. We're gonna get to that footage eventually. Hopefully soon, actually. And let's talk about this tournament. So this was my third Tough Shots tournament back in August of 2022, August 21st, in Rock Hill, South Carolina at Strikers Bowling Center. If you're unfamiliar with Tough Shots Tour, it's a youth tour for North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, kind of covering those states and the region, I guess. And essentially the format is 6 games of qualifying on a pattern that they don't tell you what it is until after you've bowled on it, until after the tournament is finished. And then depending on how many people there are in my division, it will take to the cut for match play, which is just going to be single elimination. So whoever wins one game versus the other will move on in the bracket. It's usually around the top 32 for the U18 division because it is the biggest division. But yeah, before we start, I'm just going to go and say that I did not make the cut for this tournament. I have definitely gotten better in terms of mental game and physical game and accuracy since I've bowled this tournament. I've also gotten more logical in terms of my decision making, in terms of the adjustments I make during tournaments nowadays. But seeing as this was all the way back in August, I can definitely see the vast improvements since. However, I still kind of suck at spares, so I still gotta work on that. Not the most consistent in that aspect. Around the halfway point of this video, I just start chucking it up the side at like 20 miles an hour for my strike ball. And I definitely think there could have been a more logical adjustment there that I could have made instead of doing that. Especially since I was using more of my arm strength rather than trying to keep everything the same just with more power. But I did kind of figure it out towards the end. I did pull 2 good games together. And I will talk about how I did at the end of this video after the bowling footage has wrapped up. But there is about 10 minutes worth of bowling footage that we got. Thank you, Mom, for recording. So yeah, I should definitely wrap up the intro to get to all that footage, because there's a lot of footage of me bowling bad in there. So yeah, go ahead and play that.
Quarter to the prize center, please. Quarter to the prize center.
Okay, I'm going to start wrapping it up here. So here is the recap. You can see that this was the first stop of the season. So technically this was the same season that I'm currently bowling in. There's only going to be one more stop for this season, which is in a few weeks. I unfortunately cannot make it. But yeah, let's scroll down to my division of 55 people. The cut mark was at the top 32, and as you can see, I am not there. I am down here at 39. I shot 1003. The person above me, Lance Owens, is actually very, very good. I see him quite a bit at tournaments, and he's usually at the very top. It's good to know that someone else that's very good also struggled in this tournament. And yeah, I think I've just gotten a lot better at being patient in terms of not throwing away pins. Every single time I have a spare, I'm just incredibly careful because I know how much throwing away pins can harm you in a tournament. Missing easy spares could very much be the difference between me making it and not making it in this tournament. The pin difference is really not that staggering. 1048 to 1003. And you know, maybe a few more Brooklyns could have helped me too. You know, I threw quite a bit of Brooklyns that game 5 to get me to that 202. So you know, maybe all I needed was just a bit more Brooklyns in these first 4 games. I think the only game I actually properly executed was that final game. And I think the scoring pace for this tournament was a little bit higher than normal too. Sometimes I would have bowled well enough in this tournament to have made the cut. So yeah, I averaged about 167 here. Definitely not great. Before I end the video, I just want to give a shout out to a few people. Declan Mitchell, you see on this list. He has a YouTube channel. He has made a really, really good series, and that is currently ongoing. That looks like a lot of effort has been put into, where he analyzes every 300 game bowled on TV, every PBA 300 game for a title. Those videos are really well done. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. And there is also somebody else on here who records vlogs. There we go. She did bowl this tournament. Elizabeth Weeks. And also Hannah Cunningham, Jonathan Mikadick, I don't know if that's correctly how you pronounce his last name, and also Logan Beasley run a channel together. I don't know if they're still super active on that, but I will also link it in the description. Oh, and also Hogan Simmons is also part of that channel as well. Forgot to mention that. I believe they call themselves the Squad, sort of like the house, with like Packy, Chris Prather, Brad and Kyle, and all those guys. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say. This video is probably going to end up being really, really long, just from me talking too much and also the ton of footage we got. So I'm not going to ramble on. I'm just going to end it. So yeah, thanks for watching.